What if Mars's sands whispered your guilt, pulling you under to bury you forever? This super creepy story from Mars in 2160 will grab you tight. Vara Klyne, a rover scout, finds sand dunes that whisper her guilt over her sister's death. But they bury her team in endless dunes, stay to face the dust. Mars's red deserts stretch under a thin, rusty sky, their sands hissing like secrets. Vara drives her rover in her sealed suit, its wheels grinding as she maps ancient dunes. The research base's domes hum in the cold, her only home since Earth got too crowded. Vara's heart aches because her sister Lyra died in a dust storm. 5 years ago, her last words, "It's burying me," stuck in her head. She hopes the sands hold clues to what Lyra meant. One day, her rover brushes a dune, and it whispers, "Vara," in Lyra's voice, like shifting sand. Her chest feels tight. She thinks it's the wind, but she freezes when the dune glows and forms Lyra's face, her eyes empty, staring at her. Vara's scared, but she can't stop exploring. The whispering sands get creepier, hissing louder, and bad things hit the base. Tools jam, lights dim, and the air feels heavy, like it's stealing guilt. Vara's scanner, which maps the dunes, stings her head like the whispers are sneaking into her mind. Other scouts hear the sands whisper their guilt-lost hopes, old sins then sink into dunes, gone. Vara checks a dune, but its sand is weird, with tiny carvings that glow under her light. She tells her friend Jex, a tough geologist with a scar on his arm from a rock slide. Jex scans the desert and finds carvings, pictures of people buried, their guilt etched in sand. The dunes hum, "You're buried," in a spooky voice, and Vara's hands shake so bad she drops her scanner. What's this sand trying to do? Vara and Jex decide to find out. They suit up and trek to a dune field, where the dust stings and the wind howls like a beast. The sands shift like a maze, whispering too fast. Their lights catch strange carvings, shapes that move when they blink. Vara's stomach knots like something's watching. The carvings lead to a deep sand pit, its walls glowing red like a bleeding wound. In the center, a black sand core pulses, hissing like a storm. Dark shapes swirl in the dust, like ghosts with no faces. Vara feels dizzy, like the pit's pulling her in. Jex's tools catch signals from the core, not from Earth, but from deep space, far past Mars. The pit feels wrong, like it's alive. Vara's scanner shows scary pictures: Lyra's storm, scouts screaming, and an old base buried in sand. Jex says the dunes are part of something called the burial, not just sand, but a trap that buries souls. The whispering sands work for the siphons, a creepy force that loves guilt and grows with every whisper. The base starts breaking down. Domes crack in sudden storms, air leaks, and scouts act weird, walking toward dunes with eyes that glow. Red like the sand? Vara's afraid they're not themselves anymore. Jex finds a black sand shard in the pit, carved with stars that look like eyes, pulsing with the core's hum. The dunes scream, "We keep!" And Vara wonders if she's still safe or if the burial's got her trapped. Things get worse. Mars's deserts shake, like they're angry. Vara finds a piece of the black shard and it glows, showing Lyra's face. She looks so scared, like she's stuck in sand, begging Vara to run. Everyone's scanners show the same thing, a web of dust where guilt buries forever. The sand core shows a net of red lines, like a trap catching every person at the base. Each dot in the net is someone's soul, each hum their guilt. The desert roars with a creepy sound, and the shadows match the burial's web, like the whole planet's waking up. Jex finds a carving saying the siphons want the whole system next. They're not just on Mars, they're tied to other dunes in space, all hungry for souls. Vara sees a vision of dark shapes, like fog with glowing eyes, talking about burying or ending everything. The burial signals shoot out to the stars, like the siphons are closing in. The base's gear goes wild, radios scream Lyra's voice, lights flash her face. Vara feels Lyra's whisper in the burial's web, so faint, urging her to fight. Jex wonders if the siphons are burying them or testing them. Mars quakes with a bad hum and the shadows swirl like a cage. Vara stares at the sand core, her hands cold, knowing a ghost might be waiting. She thinks about Lyra, about the base, about whether she can stop this thing or if it's too big. The air feels heavy, like it's choking her. The base is too quiet now, and Vara's not sure if she's alone or if the siphons are already in her mind. The dunes glow brighter, their hum louder, like they're thrilled. Vara steps back, but the sand shifts and the whispers grow stronger, calling her name over and over. She looks at Jex, who's pale, staring at the core. They both know something's coming, something they can't stop. The desert outside roars, like it's alive. Vara's heart feels like it's breaking, but she won't give up, not yet. She grips her scanner, hoping it holds a clue, but the hum just keeps coming, pulling her closer to the dark. The dunes feel alive, their glow spreading like a storm. Vara wonders if she ever leave, or if the burial has already trapped her soul. Twist. The dunes aren't sand, they're the veins of a star beast eating guilt. Is Mars a wasteland or a soul pit? Could you drive into creepy whispering dunes knowing what they do? Tell us your scariest thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if this gave you chills, send it to all your space friends, and subscribe for more stories that'll blow your mind.